Hey everybody, welcome to the Rise or Die podcast, episode 119. Great results require great change. So in 2 days, I'm packing up all of my shit and flying down to Guatemala for 4 months. In fact, it's just 9 miles from that big ass volcano that's been blowing up and killed a whole bunch of people. The town I'm staying in is actually pretty nice. It's a great tourist attraction for a lot of Americans and expats and so forth. It's still a very big, let's call it a drastic move. Well, let's be realistic. Moving from Michigan, Detroit Metro, down to Guatemala for 4 months is a huge change. A lot of people, in fact, the first question that I'm getting is, why? And I get it, huge change. Why is really easy. I have 2 very successful, fast-growing businesses. I love it, we're doing great. But I have a past debt problem from some of the previous decisions that I made. Actually, decisions to invest in myself, and a lot of that money was in effort to save my marriage, which it did. But at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, I have a debt problem that I need to take care of. My goal is to avoid bankruptcy and do the ethical and moral thing and pay back everyone every penny that I possibly can. So, a couple days ago, I closed on my home, sold it, cashed it out, using that to pay off a massive chunk of debt. And then in addition, obviously cutting costs by going to Central America. It's a hell of a lot cheaper down there. Now, this is an effort to make a giant change in my life. Guatemala is a byproduct. It isn't the change itself. It's this complete commitment to getting out of debt, to actually getting the results that I demand and no longer feeling the crushing pressure of that debt. Now, most people look at $10,000 worth of debt as a big deal. Just to put it into perspective, I have $100,000 worth of debt, mostly on credit cards, and that shit hurts. I'm saying this not so that you actually think less of me. I'm saying it so that you know you are not alone. See, I'm actually anti-debt. That's the really fucked up funny part. I'm actually anti-debt. I don't go and buy TVs and random crap with money. I buy investments in myself. I invest in my family. I invest in things that I know will pay off in the long run. But it's kind of hard to do that when you're in scarcity every day from the debt, so it's a catch-22. Now, my target in the next 6 months is to actually be debt-free, get rid of all $100,000 worth of debt, which is the most difficult challenge I've ever set forth for myself. And the caveat is no bankruptcy. So over the next 6 months, you're gonna get to see me do what many others have done, but they sit there wondering what the hell they're gonna do. You're gonna see me organically, again, no bankruptcy, get out of $100,000 worth of debt just by working my ass off. Working my ass off and staying committed, not interested. Every entrepreneur faces a ton of struggles when growing a business while managing a family, so on and so forth, while compounded by debt, but this isn't a unique situation. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because so many entrepreneurs do go into massive amounts of debt, then fail because of bankruptcy, all of their business assets are taken, etc. A lot of people can't even start a business because of debt. I want to show you guys that it is possible. All it requires is drastic commitment, drastic changes. It requires complete and utter commitment, no more interest in getting the result that you want. And in that case, anything is possible. And yes, I know that is a cliche. However, it is very true. And my entire journey over the next 6 months, 6 months total before the end of the year, 3 to 4 months down in Guatemala. We have a one-way ticket. We'll decide after we get down there. But over the next 6 months, you're going to see some big shit come from me and my team. You're going to see us create a lot. You're going to see us do a lot of cool things. But the number one thing that I want you to really focus on is how I get out of debt. Because anyone and everyone can do it. Anyone and everyone can get the results that they desire if they are committed, not interested. Now, this one's short and sweet. That's it for episode 119. As always, I'll see you tomorrow for episode 120. In the meantime, guys, if you get any value out of this, give us a quick review on iTunes or follow us on YouTube. Whatever you can do, we want to get the Rise or Die attitude out to the marketplace as much as possible and start to shift people's minds when it comes to entrepreneurship, living a real and raw lifestyle, so on and so forth. Now, with that being said, I'll talk to you tomorrow.